The United States has reportedly sent Iran a detailed 15-point proposal aimed at ending the ongoing conflict with strict conditions on Tehran's nuclear and regional policies. According to the New York Times, the plan was delivered via Pakistan, which is acting as a mediator and could pave the way for a temporary ceasefire while negotiations take place. At the core of US President Donald Trump's proposal are three key demands. First, Iran must completely halt uranium enrichment and hand over its existing stockpile of enriched material. Second, Tehran must ensure full and uninterrupted access through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global oil route after recent disruptions sent energy prices soaring. And third, Iran must scale back its broader military posture, including limits tied to its strategic capabilities and regional influence. In return, the proposal reportedly offers major incentives, including the lifting of all sanctions and support for Iran's civil nuclear energy program, particularly on the Bushehr facility. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has claimed that Iran is quietly negotiating with Washington but is afraid to say it publicly. Now, speaking at a fundraising dinner in Washington, D.C., Trump said Iran's leadership fears backlash on two fronts, from its own people and likely from U.S. actions. Listen in.
I tell you, we're winning so big, nobody's ever seen anything like we're doing in the Middle East with Iran. And they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it, because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us. There's never been a head of a country that wanted that job less than being the head of Iran. I don't want it. We listen to some of the things they say. We hear them very clearly. They say, I don't want it. We'd like to make you the next supreme leader. No, thank you. I don't want it. I agree with them 100%, but I do. We did a lot. We settled 8 wars. But I actually thought, when I went on this excursion, as I call it, excursion into hell, excursion into a terrible place, when I went on to do something that for 47 years should have been done by any of the other presidents, and you heard numerous of them said they wished they did it, but they didn't have the guts to do it. We had no choice. But I thought it would be much worse. I thought that the energy prices, oil price would go up higher. I thought the stock market would go somewhat lower. But it didn't matter to me. It's short term. What we had to do is get rid of the cancer. We had to cut out the cancer. The cancer was Iran with a nuclear weapon. And we've cut it out. Now we're going to finish it off.
The White House has now issued a stark warning to Tehran. Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt says President Donald Trump is prepared to escalate strikes if Iran refuses to accept what she called a military defeat. Leavitt warned that Trump does not bluff and cautioned Iran against further miscalculation, saying the U.S. is ready to hit harder than ever before. Listen in.
Remaining elements of the Iranian regime have another opportunity to cooperate with President Trump, permanently abandon their nuclear ambitions, and cease actively threatening America and our allies. But the president's preference is always peace. There does not need to be any more death and destruction. But if Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before. President Trump does not bluff, and he is prepared to unleash hell. Iran should not miscalculate again.